Hello, we are the Mad Scientists, and I am Mad Frankie, and this is Violet Igel over here. Ooh.
Oh, let me hold on a minute. Hold on. I've got an echo. Got to get rid of it.
Oh,
Okay, now I come back. Oh, okay, there we go.
woohoo, woohoo.
Woohoo. Okay.
And to reply to Paula. Hello, Anne. Hello, Angela. Hello, Paula. Hello, Violet. Right.
Hi, Mad Frankie. How you doing?
Well, it looks like Violet's got a lot on her desk at the moment. She's got a
Oh,
cutter.
I sat down and started thinking, and this is what happened.
Okay, so what are you doing? Tell us what
Oh,
you're doing.
I'm sorry, I'm off screen. Let me get on screen
Right.
and show y'all what I'm doing. Here we go. Back to my what's the word I want? Polymer clay journal. I had
Yeah.
all the pages sewn in just the way I wanted, and I got the gel medium finally got delivered, and I was ready to put on my piece of metal on this spine, and I looked, and the pages are wrong. They're just off center. They were like this. If you could see, the bottom was touching the
Oh,
bottom, and
right.
there's all this gap. So I
Yep.
needed to make them more like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've already put the holes in, so it's like, so
Yeah.
I'm trimming off so it will work better. The other thing was that when I sewed them in, I didn't put a cover on each signature like I did with this one. This one, each signature has a painty paper cover, and I wanted
Like the end and beginning and end plates. Yeah.
yes, thank you. And I didn't do that here, so again, I took it apart, and what I'm going to do is cut some new covers, some new pages that are going to be like this. And instead of just using the painty paper as a cover, I'm going to cut squares of the painty paper out and put it on here. So it'll be framed in black.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have one handy to show you,
I can.
but imagine a painty paper on there.
Yes.
And then you'll see the black around it like a frame. So that was my thought. See, you think of things as you go along. You get inspired.
Yes.
Or you sleep and you get ideas in your sleep, and then you have to come back and either do it again or redo it. So
Yeah. Or undo something and start again with one section. Yeah.
exactly. So that's where I'm at. These papers are to be cut down to size for the signature covers, and that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. Okay. And
Lovely.
oh wait, don't go away.
Here we go. Something exciting coming. She's had an idea.
But there's more. No, we did something, or rather, I did something on Monday, and I wanted to show everyone. We
Oh
were
yes.
we were talking about these that I crocheted. There's a white one, so I made them different sizes. These are, I don't know if you can tell well, they're watercolor, metallic watercolors, and I painted them. That one's the prettiest one.
Hello, Kristen.
Gold and bronze, and then this one is just a whatever color that is. It's that one. It's just a paint watercolor. Yeah, teal. So it can be done, and it stiffened them up a little bit, which is okay. But they
Yep.
can be painted. They can be. I actually did some with some Prismacolor markers. I did some little ones,
Yep.
which came out fine. And if you thought they were too dark, you could just take a little water and water it down and lighten the colors. So yeah, they can all be done. Mariah said use the metallic watercolors, and that's what these two are. Came out really
Right.
nice.
Yes, I did.
So I'm very happy with that. Okay, show and tell is over. Back to Mad Frank.
Okay.
Back to Mad Frank.
Okay. Well, back to split desks.
Take me all the way.
Sorry?
Take me all the way off. Make me go bye-bye. There we go.
Okay, you've got bye-bye. There we go. And I'll put this higher up so you can see what I've got on my desk. So what I've got on my desk, I want to just talk about inspiration. We've got a plate to pull over here. But I wanted to talk about inspiration for a bit as well. Do you think I should pull that one first and then talk about inspiration, or do it the other way around?
Well,
then we can do
inspiration. Then you can go into the polls, and then if you feel like you want to make more polls, you're out.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. We'll be already set up. Yes. Okay. So my husband just walked into the room a few minutes ago and gave me this, of which I cut a piece off because it's the backing of some sort of tape, he said, but it's ridged. I don't know if you can quite see that, but it's got a ridged pattern on it. Can you see that?
Yep, I saw it. It's kind of like, it's almost like corrugated, but like you said, it's not.
Yeah.
It's ridged.
It's just ridged.
Run your
so
fingers
that will create
over
a pattern if you put it onto a plate, you know? So that will create a pattern. And talking of patterns, so, as we tried the other day, will that, but I put it on sort of last minute. And I think it might be better put on earlier, at an earlier stage, like when the paint is just down there. And I was just trying to get up too much paint, I think. So perhaps better put onto a thinner amount of paint, maybe high flow, and see what happens with that. And there's lots of things you can do that with. Like, remember these that I made at the same time? So these can be used as impressions. That's flexible modeling paste, that one.
Yep.
This one, I think, is the light and fluffy. So we can get prints from those. Put that out the way. And then inspiration. Talking of inspiration, this is what you put in your loo to give it a lovely colour and to put you know, good stuff in there.
Okay.
What am I trying to say?
That's what you put in your loo. I dye, a pretty blue color dye and a cleaner.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So, trouble is, this is glass, this is plastic. I can twist it, but I can't get it off. So I can imagine the kind of injuries I could get trying to cut that off. I think I'll ask Ian if his mate at work could cut it off for me. Might be slightly safer. I'm just going to have a cough.
She went mute so she could cough and not cough in your ears. She's been busy cleaning, so I'm wondering if it...
So I don't burst everybody's eardrums.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So, other things that inspire me is things like this. Now, that is just lovely. I got this some time ago off eBay, I think. And it's got this lovely filigree, so not particularly filigree, but pierced work cover, and it opens on this pressure gauge. And I think that's just wonderful, like a pocket watch. So that makes me to think. Then another gauge I got. It doesn't have a case to it, but it still works. Look at that. I'm wondering if you could connect it up to something. And then I had a speaker and it wasn't working well. And the kind people that made it, or were selling it to me at least, sent me a brand new one, which is working fine. And they said I didn't need to send the old one back. So I've got a speaker I can take to bits. Oh, that's always something nice. And then there's my box of bits. I've had this for some time. It's actually got a label on it. It says, Bits and Bob's Heavy Stuff, Rusty Iron Bits, Clock Mechanism. So it's got a lot of bits in it. It's got things like, I got these little interdental brushes. They're great for cleaning out tiny little holes, like in your glue You know, something like that. It might help with things like that. So, and also, they're a lovely design. Can you imagine that as a rocket engine? Lovely. I've got these little boxes. I've had these for a long time now. I can't remember where I got them or when. Little tins with slidey lids. And I used one, painted it teal, and put something on it, on the lid. I can't remember what, a fish or something. It was a sea themed journal. So that's something. And then when you find stuff, there's something with a popper on it, half a popper. That's interesting. With leather. This one I also found at a car park, and it's half a buckle. It's been snapped off. And this half says mulberry.
Oh, you were showing that to me, and I was trying to figure out specifically what it was attached to. Now I see.
To a little tongue of leather.
Yeah.
I don't think these two are the same because they're a different colour of leather, and I don't remember getting them both at the same time. So, yes, different. And then there's always little funny things like this. I mean, that's metal. I think that is plastic of some kind. But this has rusted, and that's just looking dirty and decayed, you know. But you could definitely use that on a 3D piece, couldn't you? If you were doing a piece that had been, say the spaceship had crashed in the desert somewhere, or on the edge of an oasis, so there's a bit of moisture in the air, and parts of it are rusting. You could do something with that. And then, I don't know where I got this from. I think it was part of something, you know, a deal with something. Just little eyes. I don't normally use little eyes, but I don't know, I've got some little eyes. And then there's a syringe. I think my brother had that for something. Found it amongst his things. And part of a window cord. Oh. You could take it to bits and get this lovely silky stuff. And what did you call this, Violet? Something, carabiner?
Carabiner clip.
There you go. Yeah, one of them.
You see mountain climbers and hikers and stuff use that.
This is part of a clock mechanism. And there are some hands. So, yeah. That one's a bit bent. I'd have to straighten that one. Well, it was taken out of a clock that wasn't working terribly well. And there's loads of little bits that you can be inspired by and use in stuff. I always have little boxes like this with lots of things in them. Like a huge, hefty, great bolt there. Lovely. And piece of metal. Got a few of those. That's starting to rust a bit. Set of old keys. I think they were once on the garage doors when we changed the locks. So, oh, and look, you know when the days when you had a touch screen on your phone, this was for touching it. In the first days, you didn't use it, so smaller. There you go, something. There's all sorts of things you can find. I mean, even stones. Interesting colours. I've got a book down here about stones and pebbles and polishing. So there's something else to while away some time looking at. And something as simple as that, which is when you get some of these meals that have soy sauce with them, and it comes in a little fishy shaped bottle.
We're living in the wrong country because all we get is little plastic packs. But you got to figure out how to open.
Yeah, don't get the interesting stuff.
No.
Yeah, be careful how you manage things with pins on the end, because you don't want to get them in your fingers, especially when you've just been touching rusty things. And buttons.
It's okay, dear. You're here.
And then there's a little bit of. Now that's a lovely bit of metal. That's nice and flat, and that will fit on lots of things. So it's not like a great big bolt or a
Hey,
piece like that requires something quite 3D to be able to be used.
that would
That
look
you can
good on my journal cover, Fran. That would look good on the side of my journal cover.
Yeah, exactly. You could use it on something like that, and it's already got the real patina of rust on it.
Give it here.
Don't sort of overlook these things, you know. There's all sorts of stuff you can find. Oh, and look, an old set of hooks and eyes. Newey's Art something or other. Very old. I found it in, I think, in my mum's workbox.
And you know, I told you I've got some old ones like that that were my grandma's, and now you just got me thinking, and they're black, and you got me thinking I could use those on my journal too.
Yeah, and I suppose you could use something like that, but it's a bit highly finished. I prefer things that are more sort of rusty. That's just a little badge, King Kong, with the lady squirming in his fist. Yes. But yeah, lots of things you can use. Some nice shapes and forms in some of them. Well, that's enough of that. This was a former. I made it out of tinfoil, and I put polymer clay on it, and the polymer clay had lots of holes in, so it was quite delicate. So this was used to hold the polymer clay in the right shape while it baked, and that's something you can look at again. See, so all sorts of things. Let's put all these away, and we'll look at something else. Right.
The books.
Take it all away. The books. Let's put the lid on so we don't lose it all over the floor and then wonder what we've just stood on, which is what normally happens to me. I got this here because I wanted to try and dry all the dust off my fingers first before touching a book. So now I've had this book for quite a while, The Art and Craft of Papier Mache. It's amazing what you can see in some of these books and get inspiration from. It really is. There's some wonderful things in here that other artists have done. Look at that patchwork. Detail of papier mache wall plate that mixes collage and calligraphy. I don't see much calligraphy in it, but perhaps you have to zoom in. This page is a detail. Oh, that's the title pages. Sorry. This is a detail from Parakeet Singh, a piece inspired by the vibrant colours of India. This one. So the detail of papier mache wall plate that mixes collage and calligraphy is this one. Yeah, just that one.
Thank you.
That one on the front. Calligraphy. I don't see collage and calligraphy. Oh no, it's this one. There we are. There. Collage and calligraphy. Really?
Really?
I printed pages. I'm not sure about the calligraphy. Ah, now that's more like it. Collage and calligraphy. There we are.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh. Ah, well, we get there eventually. Old Dozy here going, what? I don't know what this is. Large-scale abstract sculpture, curved flute, constructed from newspaper and glue and layered onto a specially formed wire framework. Piece was then decorated in striking colours.
Oh, Porla says she has this book.
Oh yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? I do enjoy it. I thought this is nice. This is nice. That's made from pulped paper. Curved strips of copper wire were embedded into a covering of gesso. The squiggles inside the rim add a historic Grecian feel. I just scroll through these sort of, well, I say scroll, turn the pages, old-fashioned way of doing it, instead of scrolling, until I see something that makes me go, ooh. And that's nice. I like those three different types. You see how this is quite fine and well detailed. This is a bit clunkier, and that is more naturalized. Yeah, not quite, but yeah. And there's some more. And this I adore. I absolutely adore this. This is wonderful. This is a deliberately random form especially if combined with simple but striking decoration, as in this vessel, which was water gilded over a base of gesso to which a layer of bole was applied. I have no idea what bole is. B-O-L-E. No doubt this book would explain that. But isn't that just beautiful? It's got this irregular edge and this crumpled appearance, but it's definitely a bowl. I think that's just beautiful. And there are lots of things in a book like this that you can get inspiration from. It's some more nice pieces with different sort of, this sort of makes me think of when you put bowls in and throw salt or cobalt at them. I can't remember the word for it.
I don't. Yeah.
When you're there's a word for it. It'll come to me later.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there are a lot.
You mean a piñata? There's no J. Not in our country.
And this guy's made sculpted people. Sorry, that's better for you, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely. And I like that. This piece over here. It's lovely. It's like a nautilus shell, isn't it?
Yes, I love that. I love spiral staircases. Not that I want to be on one, but I love the design of them.
Yep, exactly. What else have we got in here?
There's some really nice inspiration.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
And this one I got from the charity shop. Oh, months and months ago. I can't remember how long ago. So it was only what? It's got the label on it. £1.50. I mean, gee. Look at this, carnival masks and things. Yeah. And you can sort of decorate them however you like. Isn't that interesting?
Well, now that would be fun. Many years ago, probably when I was in my 30s, or younger, I made I was reading the book series about the Pendragon.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. Anne somebody or other was the author. A whole series. It was about the dragons and all of that, the flying dragons, and I just loved it. And as an adult, it's a young adult book, but I loved it. And I ended up taking paper mache, papier mache, or however you say it, and
that's fun.
And I made using the foil as form and clothes hanger wire. To make the form, I created a bunch of dragons to go with the book series.
Yeah,
I was inspired. So they were probably about 12 inches tall. And then
you still got those?
Pardon me?
Have you still got them?
Oh, absolutely not. I had told someone at the library where I was getting my books that I had done that, and they asked me to bring them in and show them, and I did, and they said, well, we'd like to put them in our display case for a month-long exhibit. So they put all my dragons in there, and the local newspaper did a write-up, and I was famous. I had my 15 minutes of fame. I was so tickled. My mom was over the roof about it. At the time, I was married, and my ex thought it was like the dumbest thing on the planet. And so if I don't have them anymore, it's probably because he destroyed them. Anne McCaffrey. That's it.
Anne McCaffrey, right. Ah.
The Dragon Riders of Pern. That's it. Thank you. I love that series. I've still got copies in ebook form.
Oh, I've still got the copies in paperback.
Oh, the hard paper copy, you mean? Oh.
There are things in here that you can do so many different things with papier mache. It's just so wonderful, isn't it? I mean, amazing ideas and things you can get from here. Look at these. Lovely. Wonderful. It's just marvelous. Let's see if it says anything about those. I wonder what page it is. Doesn't say. Hang on, let's see if we can find out. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Here we are. These bowls were water gilded and then burnished distressed or oxidized. Aren't they lovely? I think they're marvelous. Looks like they put onto a piece of lead.
Hi, Diane. Very, very quickly, hold your finger there and show the cover again for those just coming in so they can see the author and the cover. It's
Juliette Borden, Papier Mache, the art and craft of Papier Mache.
I get a lot from Amazon, especially Amazon Prime. And whenever I need a book, I like this. I can't afford the new ones. I just can't afford the newer ones. I go to the used book right under. If you look in small print on your Amazon page, it'll show you where there's used. And
New and used.
New and used. And I have gotten used books from certain stores. I look and make sure that they're in excellent condition or very good and a reputable dealer. And all my books that I've gotten have come like brand new.
I've done that, but I've also done Google search for the title and author of a book. And sometimes you can get books from World of Books or somewhere like that.
Yes. Yeah.
For a couple of quid, postage free. It's like, wow, buy it quick. You know, mind you, not always. Sometimes it's 25 quid and you go, oh.
Right.
But sometimes. So that's some of those. We won't look through
to enable me, but that's one I would really be interested in. That one and the one you haven't shown yet. So let's see what else you've got there.
I want to show you this one particularly because I picked this up thinking, I wonder what that is. It hasn't got a title. I wonder what it is. Okay, I had got myself coffee in the Books and a Brew boutique. Got my coffee, got a few books, went and sat down, and I had a look at it. And it's an amazing book. It really is. It's Rearrangements, a book of flowers. So this is a different way of looking at art because this is the photographer, Deborah Heimdinger, and the text is an ancient text by Colette. No other name. So she talks about various things here. 17th century Dutch still life paintings. As an artist and curator, I spent time grappling with theories of postmodern art, blah, blah, blah. She talks about various things, and then she talks about the different things she's done, like wallflowers in this book, figures, intimations, remembrance, and constructs. And I just found this fascinating. You look through these. Now, some of these I wasn't so keen on. I found that a bit busy. That's better. Not sure. Didn't really like. But keep going. And for some reason, I like this one. I really like it. It's the colours, I think. Look, there's some red iron oxide there. Isn't there? Red iron oxide. Transparent red iron oxide over there. What happened was she was having her flat or house or whatever it was totally redone, and it was starting to get on her nerves after some months. So in order to create an oasis of calm in amongst all this mayhem, she started photographing these flowers against the walls and in various places in this wreck of a house that was being done. So that's one there that I like. I quite like that one. Not quite so keen on that. I don't know why, because it's purple and I love purple, but I'm not quite so keen on that. And then that's a bit that's been posed rather. The flowers have been taken off the stem. It's okay, but and then we keep going and things just start to appeal to me. I like this one. I'm not entirely sure why, but I just do. Maybe it's the yellow of the flowers, these fresh flowers, against the browns of the wall. I could just cut that bit and just love that bit there. I just could. And then we get to figures. And that's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that just lovely?
Yeah.
And then the text here is, there are connoisseurs of blue, just as there are lovers of wine. Isn't that lovely?
Hi, Carrie. Thank you for being here.
Enemies.
You've got me thinking. Janet Baum, my friend Janet Baum, just did some eco dyeing, and this is where my brain is going here, looking at all these beautiful
Yes,
pictures.
all these lovely flowers. I mean, that wouldn't print so well, but something with that kind of color probably would print quite well. And it might print in red, because I found that when I was doing eco dyeing, blue flowers would give you quite a nice red. Or was it red flowers would give you quite a nice blue? It might be that way round. It's been a while since I did it. But I liked this because I think these are some sort of shell, possibly. And she's taken these flowers, and one of them she's taken a bit off and put it on there. So, yes, it's just interesting. There are so many things you could think about this. There are the little faint lines from the creature, the openings, and then there's the delicate perfection of these flowers in nature. And it's just interesting to look at. I just find it interesting. I don't know that it inspires me to do anything, but I do like it.
Yeah.
I like the things with shapes.
Well, it also, if anything else, it inspires how to lay out.
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
like how you lay out your stencils on your gel plate, or
yes, exactly.
yeah. You guys, do me a favor and refresh, because I'm not seeing. Well, hold on.
Oh,
Everybody is seeing fuzziness. So I've gone to my settings, and the quality, I booted the quality up to 720. For some reason, it booted down to 480 on its own.
yes, I find that videos do go down to 480, but you can go to your settings button and pick. If you go to advanced, you can pick the resolution you want, provided, of course, your internet connection can cope with it.
Paula and Ann are seeing you're fuzzy to them, so I don't know if it has to do with those bright white glary pages that are reflecting back, or. But yeah, what Darcy said, you can.
Does that help a bit?
See, I'm not.
So yes, I thought they might be sand dollar.
Yeah, I'm not having a problem. I just booted mine up back to 720, and it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere about the top right-hand corner on mine, Anne. It's the little gear thing right at the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Now this I like. It's weird. It's antlers, obviously, and it's got flowers here, but it looks like something has happened to these bits. Like maybe somebody put salt on it, or it's been partially burnt, and that's the ash. It's just interesting to look at these textures on it, isn't it? Fascinating. Let me go up a bit so I can turn the page.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting too, because you've got these beautiful flowers bound up in the corner of what looks awfully like a dungeon. Doesn't it? You know, bound flowers in a dungeon. That reminds me of Masquerade by Terry Pratchett, because that's all about this this girl who gets given dead flowers that are yet blooming. They have bloomed in this dead dungeon, and that's weird. There's some magic on there.
You're weird.
Yeah, well, I like it weird, don't I? And that's a lovely photograph. Isn't that just a beautiful photograph?
So in a castle, if I came over and we went to a castle to do some sightseeing, you'd want to go to the dungeon, and I'd want to go up to the tower.
Yep, exactly. Oh, I'm not so sure about this one. It's got a dead bird on it. I am not sure about that at all. I didn't like
Hi, Mariah.
Is Hurst, Damien Hurst, with his dead everythings. Yeah, no, thanks. That's interesting, but it's a little on the dark side. It's about
I love fungi, mushrooms and toadstools and, forest fungi.
Yep. Yes, me too. Oh, this one I like. Now this, I read a bit at the beginning. This is her grandfather's artist box. I think that's lovely, using that as a juxtaposition for these snowdrops. It raises itself above the dry leaves at that time of year when the first warm rains fall, heavy drops that free the simple arabesques escaping the blackbird's beak, and the first notes of a luminous sphericity springing from the first nightingales. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be sphericity. It could be of a luminous sphericity, or is it a spherical city and the cools of the... No, I think it's sphericity. Sphericity. A luminous roundness springing from the first nightingales. Yeah, interesting. And then we've got abandoned hued peonies and roses and tulips, more roses. I like this one. I don't know why. I like it.
Feathers.
Well, we've got feathers, which are not mentioned anywhere. And then we've got these dark garnet red petals from the rose.
Yeah.
Rose petals, yes. And it says garnet red, bright pink. I don't see any bright pink.
I like some fungi. Yes, Darcy, I like some fungi. Ha 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 ha.
I like that one. That is so dark you can barely see it. So I'm not sure. Constructs. Now I like some of these. That's a nice picture. Not sure. That I like. This is the one where there are calla lilies coming out of a bag, and the bag is almost exactly the same colour as the wall behind it. Look at that. Isn't that lovely?
Oh man, if you hadn't said that, I would have not even have noticed.
It almost looks like they're coming out of a crack in the wall, a big crack in the wall. Isn't that lovely? Almost a bit creepy. Because the inside of the bag is so dark, it almost looks purple too.
Yeah.
Something with whites and blacks. That's quite interesting. Nice patterning. And this is from the front page. Remember?
Yeah, I look at that and I see cows' tongues.
Yeah. It says here, in the strange digitate shape of its bloom, I read the exact pose of a Siamese hand, with the tips of thumb and forefinger touching, the other fingers standing straight up, aggressive. Really? It looks more like lips to me. Tulip.
Oh, you're so funny. I knew you were going there. Ha ha ha.
I like this because it's using courgettes. And I do love courgettes. I think that's a lovely juxtaposition. Aren't they lovely and shiny? Beautiful. This one, I think, is one of my favorites. I don't know what it is. It says here, the sound of wing cases opening, the sound of tiny insect feet, the sound of dead leaves dancing was irises in the soft conducive light, loosening the dry membrane rolled up at the base of their calyces. Irises opening by the thousands. They don't look like irises.
No, they don't. They look like
these are irises.
Or plums and onions.
Yeah, or cricket balls.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Don't know. Yeah. Could be anything. But it's a lovely picture. I like the juxtaposition of the dark, soft blues and the red and the white. I think that's really clever, especially with these little tongues of the beards of the irises. Lovely. I think that's about it. We have pretty much gone through. That one's nice. It says here, I have enlarged it in my memory. I would depict it with fire and without hope, as one does a lover perfected in death. Somebody's bloomin' morbid. But there we are. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can take from books like that. That's just sort of a pictorial thing, really. The words are okay, but they're from a different age, and they don't necessarily relate to us. Some of the words do, because I do like the sound of words, so they appeal to me anyway. But this, I thought the complete paint book, when I picked it up, I thought it was about how to paint things. Painting, not sort of palettes and brushes and pictures. No, not. This is about rooms, but it's so interesting. It really is. Look at the lovely colours in some of these. These rooms here. Look at that. These doors going into the distance with different colours on the walls. Imagine having a house big enough to have that. And there's one Klimt inspired somewhere. I like this one. I mean, it's quite busy looking to begin with. This one. But then you start to sort of zero in on some of the things. I'm not sure about all these furnishings. They're all a bit too much. But look at these lovely things they've done to the beams in the ceiling. It's like Aboriginal designs on them. Like huge, great didgeridoos, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I love the colour of the wall. The colour of the walls is gorgeous. But I think this would not suit me. I'm much too untidy. I could not possibly live in something like that without making it a whole lot more untidy. But there are some lovely things in there. There's something dark here in the fireplace. And in front of it are some delicate little fronds of grass. That's lovely. Can you see that? Or maybe you can't. Can you see it now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just about. And look at the thing above the fireplace as well. That's interesting. So there are things you can pick up from things. I'm not sure about the pink. We'll pass over the pink. I want to show you the Klimt one. If I can find it. Maybe it's at the back. I was going through the back. Haven't looked at all of this yet. Maybe I've not gone far enough. Well, that's quite nice. I saw that. That's rather lovely. Of course, it's got purple in it, so I would like that, wouldn't I? But look at that elephant's foot on the table. Weird. And this strange wall. It looks like it's had squares of gilt, of gold leaf put all over it. Can you imagine the cost if it really was gold leaf? We've got a gold wall. Yes, I dare say.
Hi, Patricia.
Oh, hi, Patricia. Hi, Mariah. And there's Liz. Hello, everybody. So this I like. It's quite simple. It's somewhere I could never live because it's so flipping tidy and minimal. But isn't it lovely as a display place? Wonderful. I want to find the Klimt one.
Well, look up in the back of the book, see?
It'll be here somewhere. We might find something else interesting while I'm flicking through. Oh, that one was interesting. Yes, this
Carrie,
one.
Carrie
This is
said
nice.
that she just watched a documentary on Gustav Klimt. Very
Oh
interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Very interesting.
Now this is a silhouetted salon. Barely defined figures move silently across the walls, brushed in gleaming gold on indigo, give a ghost-like aura to this salon. A dark blue glaze was used for the wall area, with the colour deepened for the borders framing the silhouettes. Gold powder and acrylic scumble were mixed for the line work and flowers, and a bold touch of Venetian red along the lower border and on the stems of the flowers added bright highlights. Now, somewhere in this, she says that she put the colour on the outlines and then brushed some of it away so that it gave a more flowing, ghost-like feel to it.
Hmm.
Made it recede a little as though it was going through veils of mist or something. I think that's wonderful. You probably can't see it.
Yep, those are nice
Can you
too.
see it now?
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh dear. Just me being silly. You can still see it now, can't you?
Yeah. Well, there's a glare. What's that glare? I thought it was on the page, but it's actually your light overhead or something. There it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still quite dark.
Yes, it is very dark. Yes. But you can see that flower that she's holding. Is it a flower or a vase? I can't quite tell, but you can see that, can't you? And you can see the face. But it's all like that. The figure is outlined, you see. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare for a moment.
Yeah.
See the legs of some
Now,
of the gold has been brushed away so that it sort of recedes a little more.
yep.
Lovely, lovely. I liked that. So I'm glad I went back through that. You don't want to skip all of it. Painted floor. Odd. Painted the floor. Yes. And there's one where there was a bath. Let's see if I can get to that one. Leopard print. Woo-hoo. This is nice. This is the one on the front cover, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. I think that's lovely. There we go. And there we are. This one, they actually painted the rug on the floor. It's not really there. It's just painted on by the bath. That's weird, isn't it? But it just shows that you don't need a rug. You can just paint one.
I lived in many years ago. I lived in an old homestead. The house was over 100 years old, and the heat was there was a chimney on the inside. You could see the chimney come out, just the top part of it. And they had whoever lived there before had wallpapered it like 4 or 5 or 10 times. I don't know. I stripped it all off, or I started stripping it all off, and it's like, well, how many layers are there? Finally, I just left the last layer I found on there, and I painted it like brickwork.
Oh.
I wanted to get down to the bricks, but I couldn't find the end of the wallpaper layers.
Maybe it was only wallpaper holding it up.
I thought of that. As old as that house was, I thought of that. So that's probably why I stopped peeling wallpaper and just hand painted it myself. And believe me, it was not easy to stand on a ladder and do that, but
yeah,
it was fun.
I can imagine. Well, this one with the painted rug in front of the bath is the Klimt-inspired bathroom. Look at that gorgeous tub. It's been sort of mottled with gold. Lovely.
We had a tub like that in the house that I was.
I've never had a tub like that. It's lovely.
The faucet was at the end, not in the middle like that. But yeah, I love an old clawfoot bathtub. Oh, that's deep. We're talking fill it up with water and you go, I'm 5 feet. I'm going swimming.
Yeah. That's lovely, that, isn't it? That's the one with the painted ladies disappearing. But you can see how much you can get from all these different things. And then there's Encyclopedia of Paper Making and Bookbinding, I also bought at the same time, because I like reading books like that. I just find it interesting. So it's got lots of bits about how to bind this and how to do that, and buttonhole stitch and post and screw binding and making a soft cover, tools. I love things like this. So I'll spend hours looking through that.
Yep. And
So
I do that with Hetty Kyle. Hetty Kyle has some wonderful bookmaking ideas. I mean, I love what she comes up with.
So we have one to pull from Monday. Now,
back up a little bit.
Pardon?
You want to back up the camera a little bit?
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to be doing that much the rest of this week because I've got my youngest daughter coming tomorrow, bringing her 2 boys with her. So I think I'm going to be quite occupied going to zoos and riding on trains.
Yay!
And things like that. So this is from Monday. And let's see what it might turn out like. It's quite good, isn't it? It's got a lot of definition in it from those. If it all comes up, it's going to be quite nice. Let's see if it will come up.
Oh, Carrie is 6'1". Wow.
Ooh.
Finding a bathtub that works. Showers. Just stick to showers. I do showers now.
Well, I found showers much easier for me with my bad knees.
Yes.
You've only got to step over a small lip instead of trying to struggle over a huge one.
I don't have enough padding on my hind end to sit in a hard ceramic tub or plastic or whatever they're made of nowadays to sit in one for too long.
We were thinking about getting one of those walk-in ones where you open a door and walk in and then fill it up with water.
That's what we were thinking of.
Pretty good. This is pretty good.
Oh, that's lovely, Fran.
Isn't that nice? I think that's marvelous. Marvy, baby.
I could see that as a journal cover.
Yeah, you certainly could, couldn't you? In fact, even 2 or 4. You could turn it into 4. You could have, that could be one. Could be another. Another. You could have front and back and make 2 journals. Or you'd have to do another one this size for the back.
Yeah. I would. I wouldn't know it,
but it's a bit on the big side. Yep. I've still got one I'm in the process of doing, actually, that size. So, yeah.
I usually don't make journals that big because the pages overwhelm me. I like smaller pages. 5 by 7 is usually a good size for me.
Yeah, but I do like the definition in this.
I do.
I think that if we come closer so you can see what I can see down here, we have got some lovely crazing here.
Carrie says, I could see that in a black lacquer frame.
Yes, it would work quite well, that. Yeah. I've got a picture of an eagle in a frame with a black border. It would look quite nice in that. Have to get rid of the eagle, or at least put it away for a while. But, yeah. They've also got some selling here on the ribs.
Those trilobites came out really nicely.
I like this double edge here where you've got the imprint in the middle. They did come out rather well, didn't they? They've got some clouding here on these ribs.
Hi, Susan. Just a little impromptu for Fran to pull some that didn't get pulled Monday.
Well, I'm going to do a little bit of printing, not a lot because my voice is not terribly happy. So I'm going to put that away for now, and we'll do a little bit of printing. And I've got these here still, We'll do some more of these with the same size plate because it's now empty. Luckily, look at that though. Look. Let me put these out the way. Look at these. Aren't they lovely?
I may have
Those
to
are good.
nice some embellishments like that.
You know, you could put that on. Say that was your front cover, right, on your back cover. You could put one of those on there, or even better, that one. That would shine, wouldn't it? That would glow on that paper background. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that look lovely? Can you see that?
I can see that. I'm also looking at that going, I could, because I do love Hetty Kyle's books. I'm also looking at that going, I could cut that and fold that and cut that and make a like zine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A zine.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only tissue, so it would be extremely flimsy. You'd have to back it.
I have a scanner, but that's a lot of gold. I don't think it would work with a scanner if I took a scan of that. I don't think I'd get the same effect. Oh, I love that.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yes.
I think I'll keep those. Those are kept. Right, we're not using them. All right, we've got more.
Okay.
I must cut some more. I cut loads of these at one point.
You got close then, so back up a little bit and show us your plate.
Well, the plate's not on there yet. Just let me lift it up. There we are. The plate.
Right. Yellow is getting a good yellow. Well, the laser print gives me good colors.
Yeah. Well, I wish I had a laser printer. Yeah.
Porla says the bits, the stencils that you and Patricia use and you decorate them so well. Porla says Brad and Em need to sell these in the shop.
So what?
Like the stencils that you just pulled away, or rather, they're not stencils, they're masks.
These? They are sold in the shop.
No, like that.
Oh, like that. That's not a stencil. That's two masks, one on top of the other.
I know, but they're colored already.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. I see.
We're talking, I think that's what Porla is meaning, that they're already painted.
Yeah.
They've got the colors built up, and that alone makes them art by themselves, I'm saying. And I think that's what Porla is saying is.
And that's what I'm saying, because I'm going to use them as art. So let's see what colors we can get on these. Okay?
Yep.
I've shook this up. My anthraquinone, otherwise known as indigo, for those of us who don't want to be simpler.
Yeah. Well, I have to, when I take notes, make it easy for me to spell.
Indigo.
Indigo.
Indigo. Right,
no,
and I want
like that seahorse that you set aside, and you're like, nope, not using. It's just beautiful. So you could sell that seahorse as is.
What seahorse?
The seahorse that you will not use as a mask anymore.
You mean the sea dragon?
Sea dragon. I'm sorry. Sea dragon.
That one.
Yeah.
Well, he's one that hasn't quite been developed enough yet.
Yeah.
There's the one that I'm not using.
He needs more development. Because
he's nice on both sides, this chap. You could turn him over and he's pretty nice on that side as well. Yeah, not using him, but we'll use him. We might get something out of him. We're going to have a little bit of copper on here with this. There we go. Right, let's have a big one. See what we can do with the big one. Big roller. Try to keep a little bit more separate than we would otherwise do.
Today is the last day of August.
Yep, it certainly is. Last day of his birthday month.
Mine too.
Mm. There we go. So let's put this one down. I like it. And we're going to try and get some nice colours onto this one. Hasn't got any yet. And these two. And we've got a couple more here. That one's quite nice, but we'll add more colour to it. And that one. And that one.
Oh,
And the big one.
all great ideas. People are coming up with ideas for P&M. P sends all her used masks like this. She sends all the used ones to John David.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. I want some.
Well, Anne says, I think they need to see grab bags of pre-painted stencils, masks, roll-offs, and miscellaneous print. See, there isn't anything. This group that were in makers, these guys are artists. They see like everything.
They see things from a more artistic point of view. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not a hobbyist. I've done some deep soul thinking on that, and I know I was saying I wasn't an artist, I was a hobbyist, but I'm not a hobbyist because I'm very committed to what I'm doing here, and I'm very determined to learn. I'm a student of art.
It's people who say things like that are actually the ones that other people learn from, I find, because they think they're not sure what they're doing, but there are things they can teach others easily.
I don't know about that, but
you certainly taught me things.
Well, I teach you how to pronounce words correctly if you'd pay attention. See, I make her laugh and then she coughs. This is why we don't make her laugh too much. But anyway, no, I'm not a hobbyist. Delete that, erase it, blah, it's gone. I'm a student. I read what you guys post. I read makers. I watch as many videos of you guys as I can, and I learn so much. And so I'm a student. I'm a work in progress.
You're also an emergent artist.
Thank you. I'll go with that too. Oh, look at that.
That's quite nice. New layer on that one. Lovely. Gotta get these off fast though.
Hi, Martha. Hi, Julie. Julie made it. Yay.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Martha. Other side.
Kicker was I was watching Carrie the other day, and he was showing what to do with gel print pulls. So many, what do you have, 10 ideas? I think 10, which was quite a bit. And I was really inspired. I'm like, this is cool. He had my attention completely. Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, darling. You offered me a cup of tea. I had to drink the last of that one fast. I'm loving this. Can you see all these clouds through it?
Sorry.
Ooh,
I'm not watching chat. I'm in my own little world.
I think if I can put a little... I wish I could find the gold. I can't find my gold anywhere. I did have my gold. I don't know where it's gone. I wanted this. That's one occasion when I wanted the thin gold, the fine one from Golden, and I have no idea what I've done with it.
It's hidden under something. I'm betting it's hidden.
Yeah, it always is. It heard that I wanted it, and it went, "I'm going to go and hide."
Yep, it's laying down and hidden under something.
Yep.
Carrie, your videos are so fun. You you turn a phrase nicely. And I know you had more than 10 ideas for what to do with the prints. I know you did. Your boxes were really cool. I like that idea because I'm keeping boxes from Amazon all over the place. And I'm like, why do I do that? So now I'm going to decorate a few and see if I can get a top and a bottom out of one so I can make a lidded box and use some painted paper.
Right, well, I can't find that gold. I don't know what I've done with that gold, but I have got this gold, which is light gold. I haven't got much of this left. So maybe if I put a bit of this down with some.
I figured you would, Gary.
Low medium, then that might work. I don't want to put a lot.
You've had COVID, right?
Sorry?
You've had COVID.
Yeah.
You have, yes.
Yeah. Why?
And you've had, well, I don't know. I think to do with your coughing.
Yeah. It's been aggravated by it. I'm under people looking into it for me. So eventually we'll get something sorted, I expect. Hopefully. I wanted to show you how nicely this one came out. Isn't it lovely? Now that's copper and indigo.
Oh, not gold. It's copper.
It's copper. I couldn't find the gold. I don't know what I've done with it. Not a clue. Wait a minute.
Where was that? It was over there.
Man. Right, well, we'll have a play with that in a minute. But this is just lovely. I'm loving this. Look at the lovely detail on that one. And we've got some good detail on this as well. You've got to be quite fast putting things down with using the high flower. But isn't that lovely? I've got some lovely colour in there and everything.
I know initially you said that wasn't what you wanted, but it really turned out nicely.
It did, yeah. You've got to accept what you get. You can try for something and then get something different, but as long as you accept what you get, you're okay. So if I was to put this down there again with some colour on it, using one of the little plates to get some colour onto it, I think that could be quite interesting. I think that could. Interesting. Or did it go this way? It went that way, didn't it?
Hi, Devin. Devin for art.
Yeah. So we will retire this one to allow it to dry properly. And we'll get some more tissue. Or I wanted to have a go with this to do something different with this, which I think is my glassine, but it's now no longer got a name on it because it came out of the jar. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Thank you, dear. Look, I got fresh cuppa.
Oh, thank you, Ian.
He's a sweetie.
I didn't think Mark brought it to you.
No, I didn't.
I had size boxes, so I thought a bigger box on top of a smaller one, accounting for once I add the paper, I know it will make the smaller one bigger. So yeah, I had already thought of that. Thank you.
What was that?
Putting papers, covering boxes with painted papers. Who was it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, that's a good one, that one. It's because you can use book pages as well and get a particular effect. Right, I'm going to do that again, only with the gold. Okay. So we're going to put the quinone on quite fast. And then we're going to put some gold on.
Candy was saying she seems to mostly be a craft art supply buyer, so I think it's time to go do something. You've seen it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I watched built my confidence finally one day, and I'm sure it was because of being in Makers. It was like, well, just go do it. Just start something. Go do it. So that's what I did. I just went into my craft room and I sat down and I went at it. And go make something and amaze yourself. Make yourself happy. Don't hold
Oh,
back.
out of the way before I get paint on it. I don't want paint on that. We've already got a different colour on it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is quite a bit. It's already got something happening.
What did I miss, Paula? You have that, bought this, it is awful on the plate, throws up all the glassine paper.
Glassine paper, yes.
Yeah, she says, I bought this, it is awful on the plate, it curls up and color is muddy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's just been a while since I used it, but now you mention it, it is, yes. We could certainly go with doodah, rice paper, if we're fast. But I want to do 2 layers, so I don't think I will. I think we'll just use the tissue.
Art room. Yes, it's an art room. It's always going to be a mess, Martha. When you start, ask Fran. No wonder she's always losing stuff, because she's in there doing it, using it. That's why she loses it.
Yep, that is definitely why.
Yeah.
Of course, there's also the fact that I'm not very good at tidying things. Doesn't help.
And we're talking about papers. The mention of onion paper came up. I think it was in Makers, in PM Iter Studio stream. I found, apparently, onion paper now, they call it airmail paper. If you go Google airmail paper, you'll see it's onion skin. You can purchase it. Apparently, the story goes, it's called airmail paper because back during the war and that, they looked for the lightest weight paper to mail because of the cost of things. I think I'm saying correctly. And that's where the onion skin came in. It was very lightweight and almost transparent, but they called it the airmail paper.
Yeah.
So you go online.
Some airmail paper is this blue stuff, and that isn't onion skin. Or it used to be blue stuff when I was a kid, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a kid. I was at in the army and writing home to my mum. I used airmail paper, and it was blue.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's have a look. See what we're going to get.
Diane says, I accidentally produced a pink gel print last night. Horrors.
Oh, dear. Oh, you need therapy.
She said, yeah, exactly. She says, I'll post it later. It's the last one you'll see from me. Pink.
You might do another one accidentally.
You never know.
Accidents.
Use it as a brayer off sheet. Highlight it. Give it some embellishment.
Or paint on it with black paint. That would be interesting.
Okay, Yolande. Bye. Thank you for being here.
Bye. Thanks for popping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Right, it took a while getting that down, I'm afraid. So, well, we'll see, won't we? See what we've got. And we'll take some of these off. Oh, there's some lovely definition on that one.
I'm sure pink is beautiful, Paula. It's just not beautiful on me.
Yeah, there is that. Pink
I would rather have gray or black.
Well, I must admit I go for purple, which isn't necessarily lovely on me, but I like purple, so nothing's going to look that lovely on me. So I'll go for the colours I like, whether they're going to look good on me or not.
There you go.
Exactly. this side up. Now, if I had a gold spray, a really fine gold spray, I could put a little tiny touch of gold on here. It's mostly the blue that's coming up.
Did you get a chance to watch? You probably haven't. To watch Broyle was using a Liquitex spray.
No, I haven't had a chance to watch anybody for a while. I still got last Sunday's, not this one just gone, the one before, from P&M to finish watching. But I've got 2 bedrooms ready, and they're going to be here tomorrow, so it's a good job. There we are. There's that down. Good. I reckon I might go over this with a spray. I might replace all the things and go over it with a gold spray. I have got some gold sprays, but again, you've got to wait for that to fix, to cure. That's something you can do to get a bit more definition and a bit more of the effect you wanted. But sometimes when you pull these things up, you go, no, I like it as it is. It's lovely. I'm going to leave it like that. Depends entirely on what you get.
See this as a print for a shirt.
Yes, this one would be a good one for that. Yes, and I've got shirts down there, but I don't. The thing is, if you want this kind of effect with the clouding and that, is that going to be possible on a shirt or not? We'd have to get some of the shirt type medium or the shirt type paint, and see if it will.
Well, I was thinking, not that I would do it, but I was thinking if I did, I would send this to Spoonflower or someplace like that and have them make the fabric with that print. Because I really
well, I'll and put some gold on this one first, and that one, and that one, and that one,
that one, and that one, and that one.
All these urchins that didn't print great. The thing is, these urchins that didn't print, they will be the ones that were white.
So Evie would like to know why these particular creatures.
Because they're sea creatures, and I thought it would look good with the sea-ish colours on a white T-shirt.
There you go.
And I'm still thinking in that vein, you see. And besides, these are my designs and P&M artists stencils. And masks.
And if Evie has forgotten, were you here Monday, Evie? Monday, Fran she was laying these out on the gel plate and doing pulls as a practice and to get an idea of how she would like to do them on T-shirts.
Yep.
So hence the reason for the creatures is because she wants to yes. See, Evie pays attention, Fran. This is what you mentioned. The trilobites are fossils, not sea creatures.
Yep, that's why I said that. Yep, because I wanted more sea creatures. But I do like the trilobites. And they used to be sea creatures, so you could have them if you wanted them. I seem to have misplaced another gel plate. I want the big one. I'm just going to go and get it off the table over there.
So who was asking? Was it Evie or no? It was Angela. Mondays will be the regular weekly show with Fran, with Mad Frankie and I. Mondays today and any other day that we stream is an impromptu. It's a hit or miss if we're going to do it. I usually send Fran a message. I'm like, you want to play today online, or she'll send me one and said, let's do an impromptu stream. But Mondays are definite. You can write Mondays down on your calendar, barring any illness or whatever. We'll stream on Mondays.
Yeah, and my kids will be gone on Monday, so I'll be free Monday evening. So
yes.
So let's do some more. And I'm going to do a lighter blue, but I'm going to do some more gold. I'm trying to think what colours will look good on a T-shirt, you see. So that's what I'm thinking about. Let's put this underneath so we can see what's going on. There we are. And we can see that there's still some remains from Monday. Oh, well, never mind. So we're not going to use the indigo. Or we might use a little bit of indigo here and there, but we're mainly going to use the teal. Well, look at that coming out of two little orifices there. Gonna have to clean that tip. I'm going to have a tiny bit of this, just a little bit.
I love unusual too. To me, when I'm doing artwork, it's whatever mood I'm in. I might be in the mood to draw my whimsical flowers and creatures. P says, hurry, hurry. Nope. That's a lot. That's a lot. How many t-shirts, Fran?
How many t-shirts? I've got about 4 now.
4? Yeah, okay.
Maybe 5. That'll do. That'll do. Nice, nice. I'm going to take this one off, brayer off sheet. It's getting quite thick.
Yep.
And put it on the floor to dry, and then I can spray a bit more off from there.
Is everybody seeing everything okay? You're full screen. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, Martha wants to know how big is your plate? This plate.
This is 12 by 14, this one.
Yeah, this one is. So Porla wants to know, how many do you want to produce in total, the t-shirts? Yeah.
Well, I'm only trying it out. I mean, if it works, I might do a few more, but I'm only trying it out at the moment. So I'm only doing 4 or 5 just to see what happens. I got that many so to sort of do as tests, you know.
Yep. Right, Candy? I think
another one.
I'm too heavy-handed with the paint, but I'm not so heavy-handed with the brayer. And I'm getting better. Fran doesn't stop and think, she just does it.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Yep. You just go at it, and then you deal with whatever you
does.
It works out really well in the end. Sometimes
I just dropped one and I can't find it. If anybody sees an urchin down there, oh, it's hanging off my t-shirt. There you go. Right, another one.
Terry says, I've done t-shirts and love wearing something no one else on the planet has.
Exactly. That's the idea that made me think I want to do a t-shirt. But whether it will turn out to be one I'll be wearing, slobbing about at home, or one I'd actually wear out, which is another question. We'll have to wait and see.
And now Terry can do a video on his t-shirts and the process that he used.
Yes, I'd like to see that. Definitely, Kerry. Because I need all the help I can get. There we are. Now that's looking nice.
Oh, yeah. The famous phrase around here, Julie, is too late.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Much too late.
You gotta think it before she gets there, because she's already.
What shall I do? Oh, I'll do this. Too late.
Too late. Yep. How many times you've asked me, and while I'm thinking, too late, you're already gone. You're a rocket.
Well, it's like I ask the question out loud, and then I start thinking about it and answer it.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. Hi, Myrna Hall. Welcome, welcome.
Hi there.
I love your ladybug.
Let's have this side up and get these ones out.
Okay, Carrie, in your own time. He says, I'm not sure I'm efficient enough at t-shirt printing to make a video yet. You'll get there at your own
There was
time.
a mistake you've made, couldn't you? That's what I normally do.
Maybe just show off the ones you've already done.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Not really like
Paints you used.
yeah.
Right. Right. So we got that. Push it down. I might have to leave this one. It's really wet, as you can see with it coming through.
Yes.
But I've got another one. I've got my 12 by 12 down there. So we'll put this. Let's just have a look at the other side. Yeah. I think I need to put some sort of patterning on the inside of the urchin, so we've got more going on. That's what I think. I think I'll do that with another design of urchins.
Bronze or gold?
Huh? What?
Bronze or gold?
What?
Inside the sea urchin.
Oh no, I was going to make holes.
Oh.
In the design, in the stencil design.
Oh, in the design itself. Okay.
Yep. So it would look like sort of more spines, hopefully, on a different orientation, you know? So it would fit in with it. Any case, it'd just be a nice pattern. So we don't want that. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. You'll see through this one. 12 by 12, this one. So square.
12. Okay. A talkie teaser video. Oh, let me say this correctly for Carrie. A talkie teaser vodio.
Vodio?
Well, I don't know. I'm just reading what Mariah typed.
All right. I do hope Mariah will explain what she means.
Well, in this case, it was referencing Carrie doing a video yet. I knew you meant video, ha ha ha, but I like saying vodio do. She's on.
It was a typo.
Yeah, she's on her fine. So, yeah, it was a typo on her fine. What color is that?
Black. Black 3.0.
Oh, that blick. Okay.
Stuart Semple.
Oh, okay.
I just felt like it. Don't know why.
Wow. Wow. We went full on Halloween here. Wow.
Ooh. I've got blops on my t-shirt. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
And that was a nice t-shirt. Oh.
Oh, this is cold. It's something walked across the top of your plate there. Look at the prints. Carrie says, I'm filming a video tomorrow where I'm going to be creating a multi-layered print directly on my 12 by 12 to be a single pole piece of art. It will need to sit overnight, piece style experiment. Now that's a teaser.
Lovely.
Did you leave room for the turtle? There he goes.
Just.
Where's your channel? Gary can't post his channel in here. Let me find his channel. I'm gonna post a link to it.
That'll do. That's enough for that. Right. Let's have another piece of tissue.
I'm gonna post a link to it. Y'all are gonna make sure you watch over there for Carrie's video. There you go. There you go. We'll click on that and save the page.
Yep.
About the user. You're welcome. think you should have used less black and more green.
Well, yep, probably.
I like the mix. Let me see your hands.
Not much coming through. Well, there's not a lot of black and green, is there? It's only blue.
There's no room.
True, very true.
There's no room left.
Nope. Right, let's get these at this end ones. Oh, this is good. I'm liking that. Actually,
Candy says, I like the way the blue masks look against the black-green background. I agree.
Yeah.
Let that dry and do another pull with blue. No.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you can't. You've got well,
Yep.
whatever you
Too
want. You'd have to really line it up.
Yep. Too late.
Too late. Too late. It would look cool with blue, wouldn't it?
I'm getting some nice mottling off these now. Good. Okay. See what we've got left here. Got this.
Candy, she surprises us all the time. We think, what is she thinking putting those colors together? Who knows? And then you look at it and go, wow. So
I hate to tell you this, but actually, I wasn't really thinking at all.
I know. Exactly. Sometimes
just went all of this one.
And then you absolutely do not refer to the color wheel.
What's the color wheel?
Exactly.
Yeah, I downloaded the Patricia's color wheel, but you look at it sometimes, and then I forget all about it and just go, I love that.
Yep. Well, and the other thing I noticed is when you put colors like this together, you don't over brayer them so they turn to mud.
Yeah, exactly. I do try hard not to do that. I've noticed when P does her brayering, she brayers a lot. And half the time on the screen, I'm going, stop! Because I like the mottling. I like the blobs and the bits. And she just keeps on going.
And that's what we were talking about. Everybody has their own way of approaching the plate, how much paint they put on, where they place it, how they brayer it, how much they brayer it.
Some people use little brayers. Some people use a big brayer. I've been using a big brayer today, but only because I thought it would be a good idea, you know. No particular reason apart from that. So this one will have to go off.
From all you guys is I could say, well, I would do it this way, or I'm like you, I'm yelling at the screen or whatever. And the thing is, well, that's how P does it, and this is how you do it.
We all have our own idea, and P's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, she's been playing with colours and doing things like this for a very long time. And half the time when you go, don't stop, don't do that. And then she pulls it up and you go, okay.
And Carrie says, I struggle because I put too much paint on my plate. Carrie, that's the tip we learned from Darcy is keep the tissue paper handy. If you put too much paint on your plate, if you don't want to sit there and keep brayering it off till you get where you want, use the tissue paper to do a gentle pull.
Well, it's not quite the 2 hours, but I've run out of plates. They're all sitting there waiting now. So unless I can do something on a smaller plate, like this little one here, I'll have to retire that one.
Look what you've done. You painted yourself into a corner.
Painted myself into a corner again. Yeah. I'm always doing that. Seems to be.
And the gentle pull, use the tissue paper for gentle pulls. The gentle pulls can be reused what I saw was to lay them down and take your gel plate and that you can see through. You've got it on the plastic that you can see through, and line it up where you want it on there and push it down as if it were a stamp. Does that make sense? Did I say that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's like isn't it? Only using it on your actual piece.
Yeah, I've seen P do it. I've seen you do it, and I'm like, well, that's something I'm going to keep in mind when I want to add to a print.
So, let's do something else. As we've gone on to a different size plate, we could use that and get a whole lot on there. We could use the bigger one. If we can separate it from the other stencil that it is now stuck to. Oh dear, hang on a minute. We are de-twinning them like that.
I like
that. We can jelly and jelly. I might now cut that because I was talking about that before, wasn't I? Yes, maybe. I think I want to go for this one. See what we get. And we've got some paint on this side, so we could find out what we're going to get. Yeah, let's do that. Let us do that. Okay. And this time, we'll go back and use some of these Decoart Americana colors. This is the Sea Aqua, one from the set.
Yeah, these came out of the designer finishes set that really there was nothing particularly special about them other than they created the set for you.
Yeah, they just put them into the set, yeah. So we've got these different colors, like this one would have salt beach wash, and it's got in it white, turquoise, Bahama blue, and texture sand medium. We are not using texture sand medium on a plate.
Right.
But that's where they all came from the designer finishes. Plus, actually, I had some already.
I'm putting the link in for PM Artist Studio Shop for anyone that needs to remember to get over there and get some stencils. Mariah, do you have have you or Brad created a wish list in there yet? I have a wish list on Facebook. It's a private one. Is that something you can do? I can. Or maybe it would just be too much work, and then we'd all forget we put them in the wish list.
Yeah, maybe. Well, depends on how much work it is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let's pop that down. No, I wasn't using that one. I was using this one. Thing is, do I use that one and have a border, or this one and not have a border? I think I use this one and not have a border, because I've got a small plate so I can get it on there. Like that. Right. Piece of tissue. Might get 2 out of this one. Ooh, nice. Obviously didn't put too much down this time because it's not coming through on my hands. That's a relief. How do you tell if you put too much down? It squidges out.
Well, it looked like you put too much black and green down, and that didn't squish out, but...
No. Well, it's a thicker paint, wasn't it? The green, the Papier Studio, high viscosity, thicker.
Okay, Gary. Carrie's got to go off to bed.
Okay, Carrie. Bye-bye. Sleep tight. Don't let the big bugs bite.
And Paula, too. Paula's running late, too, so...
Okay, Paula. Bye-bye. Glad you could get here.
Yep. Take care of them kitties.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this right off.
Thank you for being here, Porla. I'm going to try to remind you, send you a link every time. Whether you can make it or not, I'll just annoy you.
Pity.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, we'll get a second one from it.
Mm-hmm.
If we let it dry, we
Now,
can get another colour.
This is where, because you pulled it, this is where you could turn it over and put it back down in the same place. But because this is all those bubbles, it would be really frustrating to try to get it precise.
Oh, yes, it would. Very, I think. So what I think I'm going to do...
Stop and take a drink.
Or one can dry, and we'll have a go with some gold or something on it. Or maybe some of the dark anthraquinone blue, the indigo. I'm just going to make a nasty noise. Hang on while I press the button, if I can find it. There it is.
Everybody, don't talk when she... Wouldn't it be funny if we could all leave the room and not be here when she came back? Oh, wait, sorry, she could still hear us. Never mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
I forgot. I'm not.
I'm going to cut this edge. See how this is one that's been not quite cut properly in the cutting. I love these. I absolutely love them. There's always something you can do with them that you never thought of. So, well, not initially, anyway. I'm going to go around this one and just curve it round there. Like this. Like that.
Take those sharp edges off.
And create another sort of border.
Yep.
Just a wavy line, really. Maybe this is the shoreline. Here we go. Right, so now we've got an edge, an edger, a big broad edger. So I can put that there. That means I can lift that up on its own, and I can put Jelly Shelly the other side, and I can do similar with that. It's easier to cut when you've got the white.
Yeah. Anne says, this is on you. Anne says, I felt rather wicked yesterday. I cut up a 3M stencil for the first time. I cut my barbed wire stencil into smaller pieces. Ooh.
Wow.
You're a bad girl.
Quick, put her in the corner with a hat
on. Her name is Stitching Arc on YouTube. Her name is, there you go. There you go, Anne. Thank you. It's Porla. I hope I'm saying it correctly because she did spell it out for me. Porla. It sounds like, it looks like Paula, but it sounds like Poorla. Porla. And Porla can throw rice at me and hit me in the head if I'm saying it wrong.
Well, that's how I pronounce Paula anyway. Paula. Porla.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You gotta get it. It's a, yep.
Okay. Oh, look, Franken stencil piece.
There you go.
And let's cut another bit here.
See, that's like my name. My name is Violet. Violet. Not Violet. 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 It was my mom's name.
You ever called Vi?
I'll tell you, like I said, when I was a baby, I got hit with a nickname, and very few people called me by my given name. It was, my mom's name was Violet.
Uh-huh.
And they called her Violet or Vi. mostly Vi. I had an aunt who loved to pick on me, and she called me Little Vi. But other than that, everybody has called me Babe by my nickname. Like I said, I didn't know to respond to the name Violet. I always thought someone was talking to my mom.
Oh, yeah, it could have been difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So I've now cut all these lovely shapes. So now we've got two things, one either side.
Good job.
And they're going to fit on the plate with excess, so we don't have to worry about these edges on this plate. On another plate, I would trim that down a bit more. But as it is, we've got this, so we can put that down there. We've got some little edges and areas that we can add other things, like you could put one of those in.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you look in there, it looks like a letter F, or there's a nice flow there.
Yeah, there is a bit, isn't there? That's purely accidental.
It's a good name, Paula. It's, like I said, it was my mom's name, so I always thought of her when I heard the name, but everybody's always called me Babe. And I only started putting Violet out there when I started working online and started sending out resumes for jobs. It really sounds a lot more professional to be Violet than to be Babe.
Yeah.
So then then my mom had already passed away. My mom passed away in 96. So I've been since 2004, I think 2005. That's about when I started using the name Violet.
Right, and I'm going to add a little bit of the indigo.
Wow.
A little bit, so that there's barely any there, hopefully. We'll see.
Medical transcriptionist, and that's where I was going. It was important that I be taken seriously. If I were going to work at McDonald's, I wouldn't care, but.
Oh, look, we've got some nice patterning on the brayer now. Oh,
yeah, I like that.
Right. So, where are they? The pieces I've just went and cut. Here we go.
I don't do pole dancing.
Coloured side down, so I'm hoping to get some patterning from that. I wouldn't get any if I put this white side down. Ditto with this. And then we use the smallest of these that we've got. 1, 2, 3. So we put that one there because it's the biggest. And the other big one there on the edge. And the other one.
I remember we have a lot in common. You got to do the jobs I would have loved to do, but I also know that they were very short reports, and speed was what got you paid. So nuclear medicine and radiology wouldn't have paid well, in my mind.
All
right, let's see.
Cutting this one off in case it's damp enough to make an imprint on my clothing for my tablecloth. Although by now that's, well, don't bother about the tablecloth. You got so much ink on it already.
Yep. Press down on those bubbles.
What you could do is have this a little bit further off and ditto this a little bit further off, and then you could use slightly bigger ones in the middle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Larger pieces.
Even if you overlaid them, the idea of them would still be there. Still look really cool.
Well, let's hope, because they are slightly overlaid here.
Mm-hmm.
So when we've got this nicely down and as much printed as possible, all the little spaces collected, paint into. Right, so then we can lift this up and see if we can get an imprint from the rest of it.
Oh, lucky you, Ann. Oh, Fran, those colors.
They look quite good, don't they?
They look
They're
very
looking quite good.
I could see in my mind the sea dragons being overlaid, like we said, with those colors.
Well, you could do another print on top, can't you? And you could just put gold on that. Or you could do it like I said before, with use another plate at the side like that, and put your colour on, brayer it onto the piece you want to make a print of, and then put it down and brayer it down again with a clean brayer. That's what I would do, but you'd have to do that after this had dried. So we can have a go with that next time. Make a list. That's what we're going to do next time. We're going to do some brayering colour onto stencils and then putting them onto already printed pieces.
Okay, wait, hold. I can't write that fast. Brayering
colour onto stencils and printing that onto already printed pieces. I think this one's going to be nice. It's looking good from this side. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Can you see that? Is it too shiny?
I love that. There is a glare, the glass, but wow, that's just gorgeous.
That is going to work nicely.
Yes, already
very nice
pieces. Okay.
This would be a good one to put some gold onto the urchins, wouldn't it? That would be nice on these 3 urchins.
Yeah, see, I think
even come back
set up in colors and the sea dragons floating off of either side.
Yeah, we can put sea dragon there.
Yep.
And
oh man,
maybe a turtle over on that side with gold or black on. Black would hold up quite nicely, wouldn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Look at that. Either would go, gold or black.
See, that's got some gold on it. You could just stick these down on it like that. But then if you want to use your stencils again, use your masks again, then best to see if you can't print with them as if they're a stamp.
Beautiful. You're off the I don't know how you did it. The plate is down too far. There you go.
What I did was I zoomed in a bit.
Oh. Very nice.
That's how
okay,
I've gone on about as long as I can, and I need to go and take some more medicine.
Yep.
In case it is having an effect, which I doubt.
Yep.
So these have got to wait. This one has got to wait as well. It's got to dry, but is it dry enough now? Let me see.
Yeah, and we won't be back Friday because Fran's got company coming for a few days. So,
yeah. I can set this one up, I think. I think it's dry enough to set this one up ready for next Monday. Have I got another sheet? Is that big enough? Let me see if that is going to be big enough. Yes, it will. I've just cut this piece off and I can print on that then.
Okay.
Put that ready to go. And that will be the last one for now, because my throat is not very happy about things.
Yep. A little bit more and we will sign off and say thank you everyone for being here. How much we appreciate that you came for an impromptu. Oh,
so what color am I going to use on this? The last one for today. What do you think?
Blue? Didn't we say indigo or the or?
I think indigo would work really nicely.
Even the blue that's off to the side there looks really nice with it. Like what's on your hands?
The teal.
No.
So
the blue on the glass off to the side.
I think that was that one. That's the one that's down there. I think I can give you the choice of either teal or indigo. I'm leaning towards indigo myself. Yes, I'm going indigo. Too late.
Okay, yes, I was mentioning a wish list, and Mariah just got back and she says, unfortunately, our system we currently have doesn't allow creation of a wish list in the shop. So I would say, like I said, keep your notebooks like I do. Keep a notebook handy and take notes during streams.
Yeah.
And make your own wish list from there. Get over to PM's Artist Studio, and I think we were talking about the bubble stencil. What's the name of that? Is that
Aqueous effervescence.
Yes, thank you.
See, I know the name of some of them. I'm learning.
You're getting there.
I'm getting somewhere.
There you go.
So I'm going to put this piece down.
A wish list. Just put it in your shopping cart. If you log in, if you make an account, you'll get a shopping cart. Put it in your shopping cart, and it will hold it there for a while until you can get round to it. I've done that too.
Yeah. Right, we will now leave this and see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the other side and see what might happen. Oh, that might be lovely. That might be really good. Can you see that?
I can see that.
That might be really good. Look, we've got other bubbles from the selling. That is marvelous. Marvelous.
You know how you said to do what you told me we could do in future? I just made a note of. That's where it would work.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it would. It would work beautifully there. I'm just going to cut this spare bit off. I'm thinking that we need one day to do a piece where we use pieces that we've cut off other pieces, like this. Let me just show you what I mean. So we use that piece on there, and we use another piece on there. Imagine these are all bits of tissue, and then we've got another piece there, and then we take those off, and then we've got some black pieces that are sort of that size, because I often have pieces this size, and you can put a piece there, and another piece there, and another piece there, and another piece there, and you could end up with these different colors with different bits on your pieces, and then you've got little pieces to use in smaller journals. I think that could be good. I think that could be really good. So one day we'll have to do that. Put that down on the list. So we will now leave this with the other ones. I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? What am I, 5? It's either 4 or 5 to pull later. Yes, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 to pull on Monday. See you then.
Thank you, everyone. So glad to have you here.
There you go. You're now on screen in case it's anything you don't want anybody to see.
No, just my notes.
That's your notes. Okay, good-o.
Notes.
What would be counterproductive for the shop?
A pop-up. I don't know. They were talking about wish lists and
well, I find wish lists quite handy, but I do the kind where you go to Amazon and put it in, and I do the kind where you write in your notepad. And actually, I take more notice of the one where you write in your notepad.
Well, to start off with, Anne says for ordering, she says, I just scroll through the inventory and hope I don't order one I already have. I need a pop-up that says, are you sure you want another one of that? And that would be counterproductive.
Yeah. So, well,
just buy it.
Well, you can do other things with it. If you've got 2, you've got other things you can do with your spare one.
Cutting it up.
I mean, you can do what I'm going to do with some of these. You know, some of these are so beautiful. They've come out so nice that I'm going, I'm not using that one anymore. I'm going to use that in a journal. A thing like, let me get this out. Like that, look at the color on that. You know? So you can use that as a collage piece.
An embellishment.
Other ways of using things.
So, yep, not just a pencil or a mask. It can actually turn out to be an embellishment somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do with some of these. I mean, I've got these two gorgeous ones that are going to look absolutely beautiful on that other one when it's dry. And I've got the blue one and I've got that one. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that one on top, but it does look stunning, or if I'm going to use that one and that one. This one faded a bit in it, so it needed a sort of background to make it pop out. If I had a plainer one that I could put it on, what have I got here? I've got this one. I could put it on that, or I could put it on that side. You see? But it needs to be a bit lighter, I think. I like the lightness of that one. Maybe this one is a bit big, I think, to put it on that one.
Inspiration. Oh,
so, yeah, that's quite nice, actually. And then I've still got this lovely one to go on as well. I think that would work quite well. Then can't you just see those as embellishments to or focal points for the piece you've got? You know, you've got the piece. You want to put one on. Come on off. Come on off. Come on. Come on. Come with mummy. Don't stay on the plate. Trying to stay on the plate. Don't like me today. See, you could put one on there like that and have that as a focal point.
Oh,
wouldn't that be lovely? Or even on this one up here. It depends on how you're doing. We were doing it with the Goldie one, this one before, weren't we? We were looking at this one.
Yes.
Doing it with this one.
Yes.
That's why that one won't show up unless it's got a blue one behind it. And that would be lovely.
Edibles.
Edibles. Exactly. Edibles.
Edibles.
Yep. Collage elements or edibles. Well, collage elements, I think, says what it is. But edibles does too. I mean, some people use that all the time. So, yeah, there are possibilities for everything. And once you've got things well patterned and patinated and you want to use it as a collage element, that means you've got to go back and buy another set of stencils, doesn't it?
Or buy, or tell Mariah to put some edibles in the shop and sell those, because
some that have already been painted. Yes, you could do.
Yep.
So there we are. Ideas for using your stencils when they become too pretty.
It's been an inspired stream today, Fran. Thank you very much. You inspired me. Hopefully you've inspired.
Well, thank you. I hope I've inspired me as well. I certainly love looking at books like that and looking at your collection of bits that you've got. I always put bits in a box so I've got something to dive into and go, ooh, that would be nice with that. Oh, the project I'm working on at the moment would love this, So, yeah, I do like doing that. Okay, well, we will say bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I know, Anne. Keep coming up with new ones. I'm trying to do that right now. Sorry. Okay, we will say bye-bye.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, everybody, from coming. Bye-bye.
She'll get there.
There you go.
There you go.
So we are mad scientists, and we're going to go off and have a rest now. I am anyway. Okay, bye-bye, folks. Bye-bye.